There's opportunity connected to the past returning to you. It can be work opportunities, home opportunities, job opportunities. If you're single looking for a relationship, everyone thinks you look absolutely glamorous. Send the email, make the phone call. Within 3 months of this eclipse on March the 3rd, you'll know what the heck this is about. Dead people talking to you, lucky breaks through your dreams, messages from the great beyond, from the ancestral line. Golden opportunity and extreme luck is coming through the sky. Divine downloads and insights from beyond this realm.
Lunatic astrology.
Welcome, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. We're talking about the month of March 2026. We have an eclipse coming up, the last of the Virgo eclipse sequences that began in 2025 that are guaranteed to make some changes to your situation regarding your work, your employment, even your health routines. And to some extent, if you want to move to a home that involves the word rental, that is up for grabs. This eclipse is also flowing beautifully to Jupiter, which brings us some very beautiful positive blessings. One thing I know is that you've been on the fence about certain things to do with where you want to live or what you want to do to prosper from within your home. And you're going to get some direct clarity about this in the month of March. Look for some surprises as well about money, kaboom, coming off of our sky this month. And those surprises look very positive. So we're going to talk about this month bit by bit. I'm going to break it down into a week by week story for you. Get a pen, get some paper, get ready to use the astrology as a time map so that you can time your best life in this month ahead. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Lori Lothian. We are using the Western Tropical Zodiac. This is not sidereal or Vedic astrology. If you're new here and you're one of the 8,000, 9,000 people who joined my channel in the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, welcome as well. This kind of astrology is definitely something that I hope you're enjoying, where I'm helping you time your life, guide your way through this thing called life, which can be extremely stressful these days. The only thing I can share is if you didn't know, I have my 2026 all signs bundle. Get the individual signs or the whole 12 signs, share with friends and family below. It's my yearly fundraiser. It's still for sale. And we got a lot of the year left and help you time your whole 26. And you might also want to check into the Divine Timing Masterclass, which is an advanced timing tool or intermediate level timing tool astrology class that I'm teaching again. I was thinking it was going to be March or April. My schedule is way too busy. It'll likely be in May, but there's a wait list below for early discount timing notice, getting, early access to the course, signing up for a better discount. Don't come in if you're brand new. Okay. Wait till my Sky Reader this fall. Okay. So brand new to astrology. All right, guys, I'm back from my trip to Mexico, recording this for you on Tuesday, February 17th. And I got something on the airplane. And so I'm not I've been having it like a really weird time. So hang in there with me. I'm an Aries sun and moon. I'll be talking about the sky for all of us, but I'm feeling not well. It's good makeup. I look fine. I feel like SHIT. So hang in there with me while I get this video done for you. So the thing I want to, I think it's from the airplane, the jam-packed, no seats available flight I flew back on the other day, a couple days ago. All right, so we're going to start by showing you the sky. I do like you to see what I'm pointing to, and I want you to understand that eclipses are destined changes that are going to occur in your life, a sort of wave of change, and you've already been familiar with the energy of this eclipse that we're going to have, because we had one in the spring of 23. March of 25, and in the fall, in September 2025, in the sign of Virgo. And this eclipse is here as the last sequential eclipse in a cycle that will take you back to 2006 and 2007, like fall of 2006, all of 2007, and a bit into 2008. You're on a repeat and rinse cycle of eclipses in Virgo and on the Virgo Pisces axis. So you might go back and compare a little bit of your life to then. And so it can help you understand why the wave of change is happening and what it really means for you. So let me bring up the sky, and so you can look at what I'm seeing and we can go from there. So Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Listening for your sun sign is because it's your essential nature, your spirit, your eternal self. it is beyond space and time, and it plays a role in the simulation, and that's your ascendant or rising sign. So you can use either or both. Please cast your chart in whole sign houses. This is what you're looking at. This is how all astrology is delineated on YouTube for general astrological meaning, but it's also a very accurate timing house system. Learn how to do that in my description box with my free tutorial on how to cast your chart in whole sign houses. But in the meantime, your sun is your career and purpose. Your moon is how you think and feel about life, your emotions and your mind, but also your home and your nest. And the eclipse to the moon can often eclipse where you live. Your sun, again, is your spiritual self, your eternal nature, but it can represent career and purpose. And your ascendant is a character in the simulation, just like we have a avatar in a video game, and we have a game player. Your game player is your sun. Your avatar is the ascendant. Let's get going. All right, Aries, it looks to me like we're going to see the beginning of the month. We're going to start on the beginning of the month, March 1st to the 7th, very jam-packed. First thing that happens is Mars will move into the sign of Pisces as we begin the month. So on the energetically, March 2nd, 2nd, 3rd, Mars is going straight into Pisces after being in Aquarius, and he'll be in Pisces for quite a while. In general, he's travels 6 weeks through any given sign. And in this case, he's here until April 9th. So you've got to deal up a new vibrational frequency. Not only do you have Mars in Pisces, but Mars is completing a stellium, as you can see, of lots of energy going on. North Node, Sun, Mercury, and Venus. Suddenly Mars is, let's take some decisions. Let's have some action plans going. But Mars is not yet visible. I want you to keep this in mind. As of the 17th of March, Mars becomes a visible planet in our heavens. Then these 12th house things are really going to be going forward for you. And there will be energetically changes in your 12th house that mid-March onward begin to activate. So keep that in mind. 12th house, do you want to travel to foreign lands and distant shores, take a spiritual retreat in a faraway place? Are you considering new directions around solitude, creative projects done alone? Maybe you want to also make money in powerful, passionate new ways using borderless income, digital revenue, foreign lands, foreign people, foreign shores, and international companies. So some of that stuff might be really picking up some speed for you. And you'll start to notice the vibe around March 2nd, 3rd. And it'll be here until April 9th with a bit more clarity after the 17th. Now, this is such a busy first week of March. Hang in there with me while I tried to delineate some of the stories. March 3rd is the 12 degrees eclipse in the sign of Virgo. Don't worry about the moon being 18. The eclipse will be at 12 degrees. It will happen on, let's move us back a day so you can see it building. This is the 2nd, and it will be, boom, 12, almost 13 degrees of Virgo on the 3rd. Depends on your time zone, but that's the gist of it. What happens with this kind of eclipse? Well, normally it's a south node eclipse. What do you need to let go of, release, and surrender? What wants to be flushed down the toilet in the following areas? Your health, including addiction, self-undoing, bad habits, that in terms of ingestion of substances, but also health routines and protocols or things that get you in the way of being a better health person. It's a house of sickness. So you're letting things go that impede your health. Under this eclipse series, me and Aries sun and moon, I let go of wine and stop drinking wine. So you might also find yourself letting go of something in this time frame. And you might let go of a job or a part of a job, or you might release or surrender an employment situation, or you might let go of someone you've hired. It's time to look at letting go of employer-employee situations. Sometimes you might also want to let go of a rental property. Yes, we have rental properties in the 6th house. Serfdom is here. So somehow, some way, you may let go of or surrender or release rental property situations, whether you're the tenant or the landlord. And so that's also another story that this eclipse can engineer for you. This eclipse is going to unfold over 3 months to 6 months where you notice the results of this full moon eclipse. It is going to be almost a blood moon eclipse. It's going to be very intense. It is total. So this is much more powerful than a lot of things that you've been seeing lately. One thing I will mention is that Mercury is the ruler of the eclipse, and he's in the 12th house, which doubles down on letting go of self-undoing and addictions that impede your physical well-being. You might also notice you want to make new directions in commercial transactions, in how you make money in your career, especially if you work internationally. And you might come into a new business partnership of some kind, some new creative business collaboration, thanks to Juno at 22 degrees of Capricorn in your 10th house, also activating Mercury, the Lord of the eclipse. So a new business partnership, a new business collaboration is possible in the career sector. Also, one more thing to say is this: Jupiter is sextiling from 15 degrees of Cancer, and this is opening up an opportunity of some kind. Let's just call it golden opportunity or lucky opportunity. Home, property, land, real estate. So you may want to secure a new home. That definitely can be a rental, or it could be a purchase, but more likely a rental. If you're to do that, it's Jupiter retrograde upon the eclipse, not direct motion yet. He goes direct March 11th. And this means that there's something about this lucky golden opportunity, either to do with prosperity in and from your home, so something you're doing with work, or some prosperity or luck or opportunity connected to property, real estate, and moving and renting. And it comes from the past. He is retrograde. It's something you were thinking of doing, you were pondering, you were kind of into it, but you didn't quite get it going in the past. What kind of past, you ask? Well, something that goes back in time to things that you were considering, probably in the last time he was at 15 degrees of Cancer, which will take you likely back to he turned around at 25 degrees of Cancer in November. This will take you back sometime into probably August. I'm going to double check that right now. You're my first sign, and I want to really make sure I know exactly when Jupiter was doing his 15 degrees last time, because it would help everybody. And thanks for bearing with me, guys, because I'm not feeling well, and your kindness is so appreciated. Sometimes people are kind, and it always startles me. Goes back to August, like I thought. So something was going on in the month of August. Jupiter was in the 15 degree Cancer zone. Technically, he was there at 15 Cancer around, here we have it, August 17th. So something to do with land, property, real estate, or prosperity in and from the home, or luck in the home, or money from family of origin. Those are things that could happen around August. Let's just say August in general, but mid-August specifically. And that is literally bringing you back again to the now. So there's opportunity connected to the past returning to you, and this eclipse is firing it off. Can be work opportunities, home opportunities, job opportunities, rental opportunities, and more. Well, the light just changed again on me. This is what happens when you're living in Vancouver. Sunny, rainy, cloudy, snowing all in one day. All right, so let's get back to the story of the chart. And that's what I want to point to right here. See that? That's a wedge to the eclipse, which is very positive. Now, let's continue on to the next story. And it helps that Mercury, the Lord of the eclipse, is flowing to Jupiter, but he's also retrograde. Again, going back to things that have been considered by you in the past. And it'll take 3 to 6 months to unfold fully, but likely within 3 months of this eclipse on March the 3rd, you'll know what the heck this is about. Now, as we go into the March 3rd, 4th, and 5th time frame, coincidentally overlapping the eclipse is Venus sextiling Uranus. Venus is the goddess of all things positive, exalted in her highest form of super lusciousness in the sign of Pisces, and she is beautifully flowing to Uranus. You're going to feel this really the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th of March, a monetary positive development. It could look like unexpected surprise and prosperity. The prosperity is likely from creative artistic projects that you're doing behind the scenes, or international borderless income and revenue, or money and some positive success from somebody who lives in a distant shore and far off land. It's going to increase your pocketbook and wallet. It's going to increase the financial money that you have available to you. So there's a positive financial perk. It may not be a big deal. It could just be a nice little boost in your finances. So look forward to that. Put it on your calendar. I'd say March 2nd to the 5th. And then on March the 5th itself, 4th and 5th, around the same time, the sun is trining Jupiter. Golden opportunity and extreme luck is coming through the sky. You'll see that the sun at 13 degrees on March 3rd is trining Jupiter, and it will increase in intensity on March the 5th. This is an energy of something that looks like a golden opportunity connected to land and property, or prosperity from things you do in and from your home, connected to foreign lands and distant shores. Now, if any of you have a guru or a spiritual teacher, there could be something positive developing in relationship to that guru or spiritual teacher, and giving you a nice little boost in your enlightenment story. This is an enlightenment story for those of you seeking enlightenment, and you might have in a spiritual breakthrough. But it's still just golden opportunity and lucky breaks coming through. Thank you, Sun. Thank you, Jupiter, on March the 4th and 5th. We do like this first week of March for you, so it looks positive so far. March the 7th, Mercury will be Cazimi, the Sun, and then that is a big deal. We want that to happen because this is when we get divine downloads and insights from beyond this realm. And anytime Mercury and the Sun are together, you can harness that. And why am I so far into the future? As a day to do something specifically important to do with communication. So let's show you Mercury and the Sun conjunct so you can get your eyeballs on the Cazimi. And I'm going to this. There we go. So here we have Mercury and Sun co-joining around 17 degrees, 16 degrees on March 6th, 7th. Right there. Let's see what the exact, because Mercury is retrograding into the heart of the Sun. Let's try to time that a little bit better, if you don't mind, and find out exactly the moment this happens. It's on March the 7th. Okay. It doesn't matter. Let's just take March the 7th and go with, there we are, 16 degrees. All right. Just trust me. On March the 7th, Mercury will be in the heart of the Sun. Send the email, make the phone call. Do something important. I will probably have a Mercury retrograde webinar. Check the description box below. It's free, where we do a meditation around this and look at the asteroids involved. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's in the description box below. You'll find out some more information. But one thing about Mercury Cazimi, it's always good for phone calls, text messages, and emails. This would be with foreigners, foreign land, foreign shores, foreign people, or creative projects you're doing behind the scenes, and also your dreams at night. Mercury is a dream messenger. The 12th house can involve your nocturnal dreams. There could be a powerful, destined, fated dream that shows you which life direction to go in, and especially with the moon of Scorpio and Jupiter in the 4th house, dead people talking to you, lucky breaks through your dreams, messages from, the great beyond, from the ancestral line. So look into the mystical side of this. This is a profound mystical vibe for you on March the 7th. You'll notice that Mercury in the heart of the Sun also involves another story. Venus will have by now crossed the sign barrier into Aries. Now, Venus in Aries will be here all month long. She'll be in Aries from this crossing over March 6th, 7th through until the March 30th timeframe. Venus in Aries is in detriment. No worries. I mean, it just means that she's not doing her best trying to act like a warrior when she's a lover, a peacemaker, but she's still with Neptune here. And so there's something to do with divine love, holy love, spiritual love, unconditional love that may be really hitting you at a very profound level. This does not have to involve anybody else. But because the Lord of Time and Karma, Saturn, is here with Neptune, this triple conjunction could lead to the beginning of a relationship that's deeply destined and karmic, because you can see that Venus is a ruler of your committed long-term love house. However, if you are not looking for a relationship, then this could be something to do with you personally, your Aries Sun. You might have a divine download about some direction you want to take that's more artistic or creative, to do with anything in your life, your work, or whatever. And all said and done, just be careful a little bit, because Saturn is a reality check and Neptune can be delusional, and Venus is about your money. She rules your second house. So your earnings, your pocketbook, and your wallet. So be a little careful around money offers, money opportunities, and money decisions. You might not see clearly what you need to see, and you might make a mistake choice about how to spend money or what to use your money for and what directions to take your financial earnings in. So be a little bit more careful than you normally would, especially about partnerships with others. Chiron is squaring Juno, the goddess of partnership. So watch your back on that one financially. When we look at the next story that's percolating in our heavens, we might want to point out that Mars, we're going to point out that on March the 8th to the 14th, we're on the second week of the month, March the 8th to the 14th, that we start off with a nice good news story. Remember when the Sun was trining Jupiter? on March 4th and 5th, and I said golden opportunity. Now, Mercury is also flowing to Jupiter on March the 8th and the 9th. With Mercury, it can be something to do with a phone call, a text messages, or emails. Jupiter is good news, however. So it can be good news about land, real estate, property, financing maybe of a property. It can open up some positive doors, especially on the 8th with a water trine forming by the moon, Jupiter, and Mercury. You might look at this as like, wow, what a golden opportunity I just found to buy a house in a foreign country, to move my home to a distant shore or far off land within my own country. Or there might be some good news around chunks of money that could come to you. Chunks of money, unfortunately, could come through people in hospitals, as well as legacy wealth or inheritances, office kind of transit, especially if there is involvement with a male in the family of origin, a male figure in hospital. That could be positive news at one level and, heartbreaking news at another. I just can't lie. I have to tell you what I see. You've got eclipses through 12 and 6, which can also involve family members in hospital and illness settings. And so I just have to give you the whole lay of the land, but I don't think it would be a shock to you as much as it would just be a story that you kind of expected to happen one day. So there is that story here too. One thing I will say about this time frame that we're looking at, Mercury trine Jupiter, Jupiter is exalted. And even though Mercury's in detriment, you can probably trust the news. We got a very detrimental sky. Moon is in detriment. Venus is in detriment. Mercury's in detriment. But Jupiter is exalted. So if the news is about legacy wealth, money from family of origin, anything to do with property, land, or real estate, trust the news that Jupiter's protecting you here. And it may take you back to August of 2000 and things that were going on in August of 2025 when Jupiter was at 15 degrees. March the 9th and 10th, Venus now moved into Aries, sextiles Pluto in Aquarius. This is a soft touch wealth yoga. It can bring some real significant good energy around gains from the career, windfalls, or pennies from heaven. It can bring you some positive news or directions or developments regarding you as someone who is charming, personable, and attractive, and celebrity group influences over groups of people. Friends who are powerful in high places may reach out to support you in succeeding at something in which you have to be inspiring, congenial, likable, and charming, and carrying that archetype forward. You can get a very good break in your career space regarding influence, celebrity, or increased financial gain from a career direction. So look for that nice vibe going on here. Thank you, Venus, March 9th and 10th. Now we move into the next part of the story is the 14th through the 20th. We're going to have a moon in Pisces during that window of time. We'll get to that shortly. But on March 15th, Mercury will conjunct Mars. Now, the whole world gets to live through this, right? What could it mean when on the 15th, these two guys get together? Well, Mercury's backing up, right? Because he is retrograding. We have to remember that. And so it may involve things to do with the past. And I'll be delineating that in much greater detail on my channel when we get there for world events. But it's not just Mercury and Mars joining together, although it certainly is that. And we're going to really feel it quite strongly on the 15th. It's also the node of destiny is there and the sun. So there's a fated, destined information download. It can be in this house a dream at night, something that comes to you in a flash of insight, a reverie, a meditation, introspective insight. And it's going to have a pivotal turning point impact on your reality. It's going to take the eclipse of March the 3rd and activate it and want it to go further as, new decisions and new actions. Mars is going to be visible 2 days after the conjunction. So you're ready to take action and make decisions and boldly go forward on something in your life. Mars exalts your career. It could be about career decisions. For example, Mars is the Lord of your sign. He wants to do well by you. Mars is also connected to chunky money, investment money, and inheritance monies. So there's some decision-making, action-taking, forward momentum building here, probably connected to the eclipse as well that happened on March the 3rd. phone calls, texts, and emails from people in distant shores and foreign lands coming through that have destined directional impulse for you. Like I could boil it down to what direction you're going to go in because of information that's coming to you. But because Mars is also not just what decisions and actions we take, he kind of means something like bad news, hard news. I normally would say you'd have bad news or hard news here, but with a trine to Jupiter, I don't think so. It's just information that you need to make decisions. That's all this looks like to me. On March the 17th through the 19th, the sun will sextile Uranus. Well, Venus already did that. You might remember that some lucky money news or information came through March 3rd to 5th. Well, here the sun is backing up on the 17th to the 19th, like doing something similar. It's interesting when the sun is going to flow to Uranus because the sun has initially, the sun can mean, I want to shine some light on a situation financially that may have been hidden from your view, because you really can't see what's in the 12th house from your first house vantage point. And if the sun is going to shine the light on it, it may be information about your money connected to children, romantic partnerships, or creative and entrepreneurial endeavors, because the sun is a ruler of your 5th house. However, it can also be a bit of shining a light around a dietary habit or style. And we can use the word addiction here at a turning point around, ingesting through the nose and the mouth, the face, the 2nd house, things that are not good for you. And Uranus is like a breakthrough or break free energy in this part of the sky. All right. It can also be a financial breakthrough as well. But it would have to do with creative, entrepreneurial, and artistic ways of creating money. On March the 18th, we have a moon. It will be brand new. It will be at 28 degrees of Pisces. And that is going to be a fresh start and a new beginning in the 12th house. With Jupiter in your 4th house, new ways of making money and prospering from home for anyone who has a international digital business income revenue sources. You might also have some developments regarding publications and book publishing. Positive news and developments want to build off of this new beginning, new moon over the 6 months that follow. Mercury rules your writing house. Jupiter rules your publishing house. Some of you might be looking at writing and publishing, and that could be a theme over the next entire 6 months after this new moon. Look for the first 2 weeks after the March 18th new moon for clues about whether what I'm saying makes any sense to you. Some of you, though, with this kind of lunation could change your home in the next 6 months. Now, that's because the moon represents home. Jupiter is sitting in the house of the home, which is ruled by that moon. And the South Node can say letting go of a current rental property situation. Although with Mars in the mix, you could also be looking at 6 months that follow the moon, the opportunity golden to purchase a home. Or if you're ready to sell your home and receive a great deal of abundance. A tip for you that if you want to sell your home, you can really get more money from your sale of your home if the sale takes place after June the 30th. Okay, just because it's the way it is in the chart for you. Now, or you want to close so that you receive money from a sale of a home after June 30th for greater prosperity in terms of how much money you're able to get from that prospect. All right, moving on. We can talk about this. We can say when the moon is happening in the sky, like a great pizza pie, we have this mini grand trine. Now, I put Juno in here just for this. I mean, you've had Juno. We've all had Juno, the goddess of marriage and agreements and contracts and partnerships and obligations and vows. Juno, the wife of Jupiter. We've had her up here since the very end of December, the 29th to March the 29th. And a lot of you Aries might be working on new contracts or agreements or partnerships or collaborations regarding business and work and job and career. So when I see Juno up here, although it could be wedding bells are ringing, but when I see Juno up here, those are priorities for you. And I wonder about this little triangle because it's usually lucky and blessed, positive energy. A mini grand trine brings positive surprises. And this is a money house. This is a career house. And this is what you've been doing in the back room, deals and negotiations, hard work and solitude, and also international borderless digital income and revenue. It looks like this is going to be a beautiful opening over the next 3 months to 6 months for increased financial gains and business collaborations and partnerships. You might see the first 2 weeks after that you want to sign on the dotted line for some business partnership or collaboration agreement. Good thing to do, yes. Mercury retrograde, wait. Okay, Mercury is also not in his most happy sign. I would get some extra eyes on it, or maybe just not sign on a retrograde. Wait till he goes into direct motion. It's just a subtle suggestion that might be helpful for you. Moving forward. On the 18th as well, Venus will square Jupiter. This is positive. It's a square, but it's still two benefics talking. You feel lucky, oh so lucky. There's something that you want to do that has long-lasting results that will take you the distance in your Aries sun, your career, Aries moon, your home life and emotions, and Aries rising in your body character in the matrix. And Saturn says we want to play the long game. Venus and Saturn can be work is hard, love is hard as well, because they're co-joined here. But it's not the end of the world. I would look at this as something positive as well, not all negative. In fact, maybe one way you could look at this energy is, are you ready to make some sort of directional shift that requires immediate decisions and actions here around March 18th to do with your long-term relationships, where you live, and potentially the way you make money. And there is like opportunity arising and decisions need to be taken. And Mars is visible. So you can make decisions with security and confidence now. All right. What about the next story on the 21st? Mars trines Jupiter. Holy man. Everyone loves Jupiter, right? Mercury on March 8th, 9th, and it was back with Venus working with Jupiter on March 4th, 5th. And now here comes the third Jupiter trine. This kind of makes it a very positive and lucky month. I should have led with lucky month ahead for all signs. All right. Mars and Jupiter means lucky action and prosperous decisions. Okay. This is the 21st of the month when these guys are hooking up. We're now entering the last 10 days of the month. You'll notice it building up on the 21st to 22nd, maybe the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. You are ready to act on and decide on things that bring prosperity in destined fated ways. Mercury is with the North Node in a conjunction. This is going to open up doors of opportunity, or opportunities that you've already been considering begin to flow. And commercial success can come off of this if you work in book publishing, writing, communicating, marketing, and selling, especially if you have clients from foreign lands or shores, or you work in another country, or if you make money without any worry about where it comes from because you work in a digital revenue space. Mercury rules the social media space and can give you a social media boost alongside Jupiter and Mars as well. Something good is trying to happen in this part of your sky. On the 21st to the 26th, the sun will join Neptune and Saturn. It's going to go in that order while also sextiling Pluto. Now, to me, when I look at this energy, all right, March the 23rd, 24th, right? I want to say to you and me, because I'm one of you guys, notice that it's all about us, right? We're moving into the Aries stellium energy here, and it's quite important. The sun will have entered here on the 20th, creating all of this momentum for Aries, sun, moon, and rising, a lot of focus, a lot of energy, a lot of dynamism for us. And the sun will be here for a month. So we can kind of go third week of March to third week of April, all systems go. But more importantly, I think the sun and Neptune, they will more tightly co-join on the 21st. Then the sun will come into Saturn on the 24th, 5th, is that the sun is shining a light on something we want to create. You see, Saturn builds it. Neptune dreams it into being. Neptune has the dream and Saturn is the builder. And the sun is the light showing you what it is you want to build. And Venus says, do you enjoy it? And is it fun? And will you profit from it? And Chiron says, does it also fit the key to purpose? So there's a sense of Aries really dialing into a direction, a purpose, a meaning, and a long range thing that you know you want to build. It's going to take time. It's going to take up to April of 2028, and you're ready, set, go, and it has to be creative, inspired, and muse-driven. The sun is a ruler of your 5th house. There is a possibility that you may begin to see clarity around romantic and long-term committed love stories, and or this could be a fertility transit for you to come into conception of a child. But if you're not in that part of your life, then this is maybe also the foggy confusion you might have had around a particular love story is going to be clarified for you at this time, the 21st to the 26th. If you're single looking for a relationship, everyone thinks you look absolutely glamorously beautiful right now, and you could come into a new relationship that could go the distance and feel a little soulmatey. And it might open up a door for you around March 21st, and I would give it a whole 30 days to unfold. And then we notice the last thing is, as the whole last 21st to 31st of the month unfolds, Saturn sustains a sextile to Pluto. Things that are normally hard or difficult, and you're impatient and want to move forward boldly because Saturn's in detriment, he is fallen, and impatiently Venus wants to ball bust and get going in Aries. All of this is kind of, well, Pluto says, we're doing it my way. Pluto is in a superior direction towards these planets in your sign. And so it's like Pluto's like, it's go deep, transform, catalyze, caterpillar, butterfly, any long range plans that you're concocting as an Aries at this time. Pluto will subdue the impulse for impatience and recklessness, and ask you to go very deep about long-range plans the last 10 days of the month. Good news is Saturn is telling Pluto, I want you to operate for the highest, best good of this Aries person while you're in my home. And it could also bring a surge of money, windfalls, or pennies from heaven, in quotes, because Saturn rules the money winning house and Pluto is in the windfalls house, and Venus is a money goddess. So there may be some unexpected financial surge that feels like you won money, but it could be the feeling of winning rather than actually winning. I don't know. Let me know how it goes. And finally, I want to remind you that Jupiter will have moved direct on March the 11th. This means that all that indecision you might have had or uncertainty from his retrograde on November 11th around the way you want to prosper in the home or the way you want to find a beautiful, bigger, more luscious new home, those things are very forward now, and you know which direction to go. You'll have Jupiter here till the end of June. So it's going to usually look like a better home, a bigger home, a more prosperous home can come your way. And likely with the eclipse in the 6th house, I reiterate, a rental property. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, guys, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And we will see you on our next videos. This is coming out on Saturday, and depends on when you watch it. Sunday, there will be a drop, as well as Monday week ahead. So you might have to go back and catch the wave behind you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and come to my free Mercury webinar in the description link below. If I do hold it, which I probably will, you'll see how to sign up. It's free. Ciao, ciao. Lunatic astrology.